rural America could be considered fertile ground for patriotism. The ties of close-knit communities foster certain sentiments about people, the land, and hard work. And for some, protecting this way of life is more than just an option or an expectation. It's a given.
I was done with high school in 1995. 6 days later, I was standing tall in the yellow footprints at Parris Island, South Carolina for Marine Corps boot camp. My mom was a Marine, and so I told the recruiters I wouldn't sign anything unless they had in writing I could go to Parris Island and graduate from the same place my mom did 20 years prior.
Dan Romas pursued a military career that took him across the globe. But wherever the young Nebraskan was stationed, his thoughts would eventually turn to home.
One of my favorite memories as a child growing up in Lincoln is every other summer. The folks would take me and my younger brother and sister, and we'd go up and visit Grandma and the uncles on the farm in North Dakota. They had chickens roaming about the farmstead, and it was like an Easter egg hunt every day we were out there.
Reminiscing over similar rural traditions helped some homesick troops make it through long deployments.
We could have been talking about playing cards or about any number of things, but the common thread that we had was agriculture.
Once back stateside, Romas's dreams of farm life began to germinate. Stationed in New York State, he struck a deal with a local dairyman to help milk 80 cows in exchange for hunting rights. But the soldier soon found more fulfillment in work than play.
I really enjoyed that. You know, it was early days, long hours, but there's something about working on a farm that I think brings the best out in people because it teaches a very good work ethic.
While he loved agriculture, Romas prioritized his military service and the benefits it could provide. Once his initial commitment to the Marines concluded, he enlisted in the Army and earned a college degree. But while pursuing a master's, the Cornhusker's educational path took a detour.
I was doing research for about a year and a half before I got the phone call calling me up for deployment to Iraq.
Shortly after arriving in the war-torn country, Romas commanded a team during a massive troop buildup that came to be known as the Surge.
I was more than happy to answer the same call that my great uncle and grandpa did during World War II, my dad did during the Vietnam War era.
And while the controversial addition of 20,000 American troops in 2007 has been cheered by some for stabilizing Iraq, the long-term impact of such tactics can be a more elusive calculation.
There's always, those invisible wounds. It's very tough on everybody mentally when you lose a couple people, when you see things that the vast majority of the world's population doesn't see. You know, it can be tough to deal with sometimes.
Healthcare and other support for wounded warriors is administered nationwide by the Department of Veterans Affairs. Doctors say for conditions such as post-traumatic stress disorder, engagement is key.
We really hate to see stigma or misconceptions prevent people from seeking treatments. There are effective treatments for it, and getting out with farming and other social activities is one piece of effective treatment for PTSD.
When I'm out here, it's a way for me to detach or forget about everything outside these walls, outside of this farm. It keeps me busy, it keeps me active, and it helps me to move on.
Owning his own agricultural operation turned out to be just what the doctor ordered for Romas. And by networking through the VA, he found a variety of state agencies and other groups that help veterans realize their entrepreneurial dreams.
There's a good financial reason for doing what I'm doing now. It's a low startup cost, starting up a small poultry operation, compared to wanting to start up a dairy farm. Then there's the memories as a kid gathering up the eggs, being around the chickens on the farm in North Dakota.
I think it's been a great help for him to have him feel busy and be something that he's interested in and something that can be a service to other people.
A $6,000 grant and a $35,000 microloan covered the startup costs for Romas's Prairie Pride Poultry. And now 3 coops on 3 acres of land outside York, Nebraska, house a flock of 600 Rhode Island Reds. The winter hardy breed was able to withstand the frigid weather and began producing eggs early this year.
Our motto here at Prairie Pride Poultry is happy hens lay healthy eggs.
Embracing a strategy of sustainability, Romas's free-range chickens aren't fed antibiotics or hormones, and they're given the space to roam and eat grass and bugs. Sticking to his values has allowed the veterans' operation to produce an economically viable product.
We want our business plan to be a true roadmap for business success.
Business specialist Carol Blood of Nebraska Self-Employment Services gave the green light to Prairie Pride Poultry. But Blood pulls no punches with disabled veterans and is quick to note the pitfalls and potential of being their own boss. Romas continues to receive business advice from the agency, which boasts an impressive track record in assessing the feasibility of new ventures.
Our success rate is around 71%. National success rate for people without disabilities, about 33%, so almost 3 times the national average.
And that success resonates with Prairie Pride Poultry. Dan Romas's hard work has garnered national recognition via point-of-sale branding on products produced by veteran farmers. And he has advice for fellow veterans considering a career in agriculture.
Hey, chick, chick. Hey, chick, chick. You have to go out and meet them halfway. You have to seek it out, do your research, be diligent, and keep at it. There they come. And when you knock on their door, they're going to open it, and they're going to help you. And I'm living proof of that. They opened the door when I went knocking.
For Market to Market, I'm Josh Bittner.